Andrea, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Right,
I'm glad to be back and in the sun.
In the sun. We're out in the family plot garden.
Yes.
So what are we going to talk about today?
So physical activity is something that's really important.
Okay.
Gardening is also something very important, as you can see, right?
Yes.
So what I want to do is talk about how gardening is a form of physical activity, but also how to protect yourself so you can you can garden throughout the rest of your life.
Good. I think that is so important.
Very important. And it's a lot of times when you hear, probably already, when people come to your office and they say, I threw out my back, I can't move too much, I was gardening too much. So I want to show you how to properly pick up things, heavy things, and as well as try to protect yourself while gardening.
All right, good stuff.
So here, what I have is a normal soil bag, right?
Okay.
So typically what you do, muscle pulls on bone. Right? So that when I say that is because you have to make sure that everything in your body is in alignment so that when you're picking up the bag, you can use your full force. Okay. So what you do is you square the bag, you send your hips back, you go into a squat, and you grab the bag fully, and then you pick it up with your legs. That's all.
That's it.
That's it. And the same thing when you set it down. Okay. Just like so. Right?
Yeah, and most of us, we just go down and just grab it.
Yeah, because you just grab it, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
And that's not ergonomically correct. Right. Because, like I mentioned, muscle pulls on bone. And so when you have everything in alignment, you'll be able to do it without any problems.
How about that? Okay.
Yeah. And so what I have here, too, I have my little blanket, right? My little extension blanket. Okay. So you can use a blanket or a towel, whichever one you prefer. You can fold it in half or fold it into threes, like so, or into multiple fours, depending on what you have and what you like. So you can place it on the ground, and then you can bring your knees onto it, and then you can reach bending at the hip, holding, gardening, grabbing something, whatever you like. Okay. And then you travel around either a raised bed or wherever you're gardening, and it helps protect the knees as well as maintain the back. Yeah.
Because that back is so important.
Very important. When I was training before, a lot of my clients that were elderly would throw out their backs because of their gardening. Wow. Not because they were, doing a fast movement or catching a sprint. It's because it's through gardening. So this was one way that I thought it would be very beneficial for the listeners to know how to really pick up everything just in a good form. Now I see you have a shovel. Yeah. So with shoveling, what are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so the same thing, you're gonna want to do opposite to your dominant. So you're gonna have your left foot forward. Now you can either use the legs to fully bend at the knee and then pick up what you're needing to pick up and use your legs as well. Same thing, you can use your right leg, bring your foot down, whatever you're trying to do with your shovel. That's one of the things that you could do. Like I mentioned, muscle pulls on bone. So you want to make sure that everything's in alignment. So the knees are over the ankle.
Over the ankle?
Yeah, and the foot is right behind you, so it has that added support, so you can bend at the knee, and then you can pick it up.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now, the most important part, when you're finishing gardening,
More important
part is that you need to stretch after.
All right.
So there's a couple exercises that you could do. Okay. You can either just do a forward bend to touch your toes.
All right.
Or come back up, flex the foot, and then reach down, bending the knee, the other knee, and slightly touching your toes so it can go straight into the hamstring and the quad and the calves. Now, also, depending on what you feel, what you did the most, you can also do a quadricep, which is your front part of your leg. So you grab one hand, grab the ankle, and pull it towards you. Now, this is also balancing. Yeah. I have a trick for you. Okay. So, if you're wobbling, hold your opposite ear. Your balance your balance is in your ear, so you can hold yourself up, just like so. Then you bring it down and do the other side.
That's something.
And then you just hold your ear and then bring it back down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, that's how you prevent injuries.
Okay.
By stretching, making sure you're picking up things in the correct manner, and then also having a trusty blanket or a towel to help you with your raised beds or whenever you're low to the ground.
Okay. Let me ask you about this. What about those of us who have wheelbarrows and we have, you know, soil in the wheelbarrow? What's the proper way to
Same thing.
Okay.
Same thing. Also, making sure that your weight is on your heels, you bend back, hold the wheelbarrow, I'm imagining a wheelbarrow, and then you just pick up from your legs, and then you walk forward.
Okay.
Same thing. That prepares the body to know that it's going to move in a forward direction so that all your muscles are activated as you're pushing the wheelbarrow.
Okay. Are there any exercises for folks that use pruners a lot that you can think of for your hands?
Yes.
Okay.
So when you finish pruning, you can place your hands in front of you in a wall and then slightly come down. It stretches out the forearm and the biceps and also the hands.
The hands, okay.
There's muscles even to the fingertips. So you really have to, that's a great way to stretch.
Wow. So you can really get in some good gardening exercises.
Yes. Do you know how many calories you burn in an hour for gardening?
How many?
300.
300? Oh,
300 calories, a moderate activity. And it's because there's always higher bouts of intensity. So when you're picking up the wheelbarrow, when you're walking with a heavy bag of soil, that's higher intensity than actually just pruning, or you're just harvesting, whatever you're doing in the garden. There's always varied bouts of intensity. So that's very beneficial for our heart and for our muscles.
Wow, this is good stuff, because we don't think about this when we're out there gardening, do we?
No, we don't.
Especially when we're younger. We just think, oh, we just go down and just grab this and just walk off.
I know that I've been, you know, one of the main things that I need for my kids, when I tell them what to do, they have to make sure they have maintained good form. That way, throughout their whole life, they can maintain that.
Andrea, good stuff. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm going to implement some of those into my own daily gardening activities.
Okay,
so I
let me
appreciate
know
that.
how it goes.
All right, we'll do that. Thank you much.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. To find out more information on this topic, just click on the familyplotgarden.com link in the description.